Pecha Kucha 105, The Evil Within, and Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. So the two main focuses of this week's Pecha Kucha are a presumable kids TV show thing that's far more scary than the survival horror game I watched a Let's Play of. In fact, two, Evil Within 1 and 2. So I did some graphic design because I'm still trying to hammer this now. Aunt May's coffee shop. That was the premise. Yeah, that's right. Spider-Man reference. I took a script font and I decided I was going to modify it. I got some rough shapes into Illustrator. The rectangle is to try and make me think about it being, above the window of the shop front. I used some tools I've never used in Illustrator before to try and make the font more flowery and add this underline. It's something that I'm not comfortable doing, so I'm going to have to do a lot more of it. And this is what I ended up with. It's overworked. Things need to change, but I feel like it should have a certain amount of tackiness to it because it's supposed to be like American loud and proud, make America great again, all that silly nonsense in a harmless kind of twee way. But probably the highlight of doing this is that the two tools I came across will be very useful in the future. The curvature tool and the one being used here, which is the width tool, which you take a line of equal size and then you can like taper it, which is very nice if you can figure out how to make it taper where you want. I was doing some squiggles and then it turned into this. I don't know what this is, but this was me using my Cintiq with a chalk brush, which is where I'd prefer to be. No ill physical trauma came from it, so this is good. So The Evil Within is a survival horror game. It's modern. It feels like it's American, but it's made by Japanese people. It's not good. It's not bad. It's like a poor man's Resident Evil 4. The plot's a complete mess, but there are bits and pieces worth looking into. The DLC kind of flips the gameplay on its head, and like instead of having loads of guns, you have no guns. But they take the most unsympathetic character in the entire plot to be the character for the DLC. But it's a and they paywall off the actual plot in it. It's a mess, but whatever. I didn't pay anything. The Evil Within 2 is a much better game because it knows it's not a horror game. It just focuses on being an action game with horror pretenses. The plot is streamlined. This I would buy if it was on sale, and I wouldn't regret it. I wouldn't buy the first one. All in all, worth watching, but not worth buying. I got a friend. He's involved in a podcast. They're called the Film Busters. It's a very simple format. They talk for an hour about films. It's broken into segments like a radio show. I enjoyed it. I laughed. I was entertained, even though I hadn't seen the films they were talking about. A good companion for cinema sins. I watched a short documentary on Keyman, a famous Capcom illustrator. He talks about working at Capcom, leaving Capcom, being an independent illustrator, which is what he is right now. Very enlightening, very interesting, very somber documentary. Made him seem like he had no friends. That's just how they cut these things. My new favorite YouTube channel of the week, Demolition Ranch. This guy just has loads of guns and he shoots things with them. It's incredibly entertaining because it's so silly and well edited, and he's a funny dude. I highly recommend. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared presents itself as some kind of puppet show. How do I talk about it without spoiling it? Look, there's more going on than you would think. There's 6 of these, and there's a progression across the episodes. You got the 3 main characters, and there's like a premise. In the second one, the clock comes to life and tells them about time. And he does a lovely power ballad bit, which is the best. It's British, so they have British accents, which is hilarious. The third one, they go on a picnic. We're halfway through the series. It still has the pretense of being innocent at this point, but the innocence doesn't last as long as you go through each episode. And then in the fourth episode, a computer, their computer comes to life and tells them about computers and what you can do. And what can you do on computers? You can have digital style. Talking about avatars and stuff. You'll know what's going on when you watch these, because you must, because I demand you must. And if you meet me in life, I will be going digital style. I'll just pop it out. By the fifth episode, the pretense of this being innocent is very, very thin. It starts awkward in this one. It's great. This is exactly the kind of stuff I love. It's like Ren and Stimpy meets Sesame Street meets the Blair Witch Project. It's brilliant. I did some daily sketch. This kind of Deus Ex dude, modern samurai dude, might be cyberpunk. Proportions were very awkward for me. I don't know if it's the image and like the width of the shoulders, or if it's really more I'm out of practice. Wolverine had the same problems. I thought I was going to kill this one, but like I couldn't even get his eyes aligned. It's ridiculous. It makes me want to do some more drawing real bad, which is a good thing. In the end, it doesn't look as bad as it makes me feel like I need to fix my game. So, what am I going to do next week? I feel like I need to get, back to drawing. My hands are still messed up, but no one's coming to my aid with this. I think I'm just going to have to manage it and figure out what workload is going to not break me. I would like to have a something week. I don't want to stop doing design. I've just got to figure out some way to do stuff that gives me stuff to show, gets me learning, but doesn't overwork whatever it is that's wrong with my hands. And, with the graphic design thing, it has to be something that, that's always a struggle. It's just not my kind of, I don't think about things in a graphic design kind of way. So yeah, I'll practice my digital style, and we'll see what we come up with. But that brings us to the end of Pecha Kucha 105, and I'll see you next time.